What's up? What's up, everybody? It's DP on another Listen to DP episode, and I got a special guest. I got Papa Feaster, Big Feaster, Lee Feaster. If you
How you
don't know,
doing?
that's Booby's daddy. And if you don't know about Booby Feaster, you don't watch football at all. You especially ain't from Texas. But I want
Wow.
to appreciate you and thank you for coming on, man, and spending time and just being able to give us this game that we're about to go over with. And before we even get started, I know Booby left off early. How's everything going up there for him?
Actually, he hadn't left yet.
Oh, he hadn't left yet?
No,
Okay.
no, no. He's been going back and forth up there.
Okay.
Um, he's been going back and forth, and they've been flying down here. Like he already knows the playbook, like back and
Good.
forth. And the crazy part about that, they don't even. They, I want several of them don't even understand the full playbook yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
he got it already.
Good.
And it's really a situation just like he was at DeSoto. You know, eighth grade, he come in, he couldn't play the spring game or whatever, so they used him to help coach
Hmm.
during the spring game, and because he knew all the plays, he already knew everything. Right now, he already knows everything, so um, they say they're gonna put 5 pounds on him because he already built right.
Yeah.
Um, you know, he's getting his weight together. He's working with Coach B on speed training.
Good.
He's working with, of course, D. Rob.
Mhm.
And that it's one of them things like gumbo. You got all the different parts, but you put it all together, man. That's some good tasting stuff.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts. So
yeah,
when
yeah.
will he get up there?
He'll get up there. I think his report date is like March 3rd. I mean May 30th or
Okay.
June 1st. Yeah,
Gotcha. I'm
yeah,
excited for him to get up there. A lot of people are excited to see what he's going to be able to do because obviously he's a young guy.
yeah,
And with you all, y'all reclassed him to leave early. What
yeah.
kind of went into that decision?
Well, first off, he came to us about it,
Okay.
and at first we were like, hell no, because at the end of the day, that's our baby. He the fourth. You look at these pictures, he's the fourth. He's the baby of all of them. But the more and more we talk to the coaches, more and more we talk to the college coaches because the college coaches wanted them early.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they said, man, we would have took him ahead of some of the kids we had in 25,
Yeah.
if you want to be honest. And that's why I never really listened to a lot of the hoopla of who he is and everything. I'm like, man, these college coaches will tell you what's what, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But they said, man, we'll take him. Then his head coaches and them, Coach Mathis and then Coach Sweeney, he said, man, I wouldn't lie to you. He's ready, like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
He's different. And he was already ahead in his credits. So we thought about it, man, and we didn't want him to have one of them senior years where it's almost like that this year, but we just keeping good watch on him and stuff. But we didn't want to have one of them senior years, man, where he got one class and then he just hanging around, man, and idle mind, devil workshop, man.
Facts.
So we didn't want him to have one of them years he just here.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been good. And people were like, man, he could have broke this. He broke all the records this year. He didn't have to. He would have put him so far out of reach. I get it,
Yeah.
but not only that, it would have been more taxing on his body.
Facts. And with that, what's a high school record when we got college, and that's a business in itself. And the end goal is the NFL. So what does another
Exactly,
year of high
man.
school provide for him other than risk of trouble or injury? Like we're trying to get
Exactly,
him closer to his main goal. And I think that's the
exactly,
biggest thing is like when you go look at Jackson Smith and Jigba, when you go look at Justin Jefferson, yeah, they'll do little high school this and that, but they're not living off of, oh yeah, I got all the Rockwall records. We don't care about that.
Exactly.
Everybody got the records at this
Don't care
school where
none
you
of
at,
that.
where we at.
Don't
Everybody
care
got
about
these
none
things.
of that.
Like I said, that's just a bonus. But yeah, I want to get into a cool little topic. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. We'll listen to it and then we'll discuss it right here, man.
Okay.
I definitely want to get into this.
It seems like you damn near gotta have your father in your life nowadays. Back in the day, it used to be all the story of I don't know who my dad is, I don't know him, and this made me who I am today. But now it seems like the dudes that's making it to the top, their fathers there laying low, guiding them behind the scenes, not making no commotion, and helping them get to that next level. Am I tripping?
Not at all. Again, I mean, this podcast is gonna be where elite fans, like, and sometimes I feel bad because it's not the kid's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't, like, it's not his fault or her fault. But if you got one, like a lot of times, like if it's just moms, right? She's working a job. She probably didn't play high level.
Mm-hmm.
How is she going to be able to make sure, really navigate or really advocate for her kid when she's busy over here, might have another kid, working a job, didn't play? Like she just sending them to wherever.
Sure.
And then, you know, it is what it is. Like we're all equal, but men and women, we got different roles, you know, naturally. Like women a lot of times are more nurturing, so they might not be as tough on their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's Pop's job.
It seems like you damn near gotta have your
Boom. Bet. Let me take this on down. So I brought that up to say we just went through it. Boobie's going off early. He's in front of his credits. He's an elite athlete. He's a mature young man. I know, Mom, sweet lady. I know you, solid guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like the media, entertainment, painted this picture and they cherry pick the LeBron James or they cherry pick whatever guy and be like, oh, he just had a mom. You don't need a dad to be great. All the dadless guys are more hungry. Like that's false, because if we go through most of the stuff, like people come from 2-parent households, right? And our dogs as well. So how do you feel about that conversation? And tell me a little bit about like your role going through this, because once again, anybody that knows your son knows the athlete he is. And anybody that watches college football knows the things and perks that come with being a D1 athlete, let alone a USC athlete, right? And before the NIL bag was, we seen Reggie Bush, we know Matt Leinart, we know Lindell. They was getting it out there already. So tell us kind of about, you know, that journey and how you feel kind of about that topic.
Well, I'm the dad. I don't mind being an asshole. Yeah. You know, my wife, she plays, you know, she can be a butthole sometimes, but and it's mostly on grades for her. Mm-hmm. For me, it's everything. I'm a butthole when it comes to everything. You know, he been playing football, man. I was coaching his older brother, and I had Boobie on a field with me at 3 years old, calling calisthenics. So, you know, a lot of the work ethic has always been instilled in him. You know, I'll have him on a track at 7 years old, running with a parachute behind him. You know, making sure he was right, trying to get him ready for the CCE tournament to come down here, you know, and play in. So the work ethic has always been there, man. He never, you know, you've never seen not seen me and my wife work. Never. You know, a lot of times we had 2 jobs, you know, and there were times, man, we were struggling, you know, trying to make sure, hey, I'll have to go do 2 more catering jobs to make sure he goes to Florida for a tournament or something, or make sure, you know, we're going to California to play the Cali Bears with DEA, or going to Florida with DFW Elite. You know, I'm making sure, we get that money up and make sure that we can fly down, and he's able to experience playing against some of the same kids that he'll see later in college. Man, I've always I try to get my help back in line because of the simple fact I've always had a fear of me leaving and my wife not knowing what to do for him on his football side.
Mhm.
So when they say dads are important, man, making sure he get the rivals, making sure he gets to Under Armour, make sure he get registered, making sure everything, like all that comes through me. That portion it comes through me.
Mhm.
And I've always had a fear of, man, if I get out of here, man, nobody's gonna know how to do that but me. And so, and he's depended on me for so long with that, making sure his trainings are set up, making sure everything. So naturally, I'm a butthole when it comes to, even dealing with his girlfriend, making sure he put his priorities first. Look, she got workouts. She runs track. You got workouts. Don't miss no workout or be late for no damn workout trying to get no ass.
Right.
There's
Right.
just, that's just real. I say, because if you start it now, you'll do it in school.
Mhm.
And people don't know how much drive the kid got, man. Like, we got such a biblical background. The kid writes, if you ever come to his well, hell, I'll show you.
Okay.
I want you to see this live. I don't want to just tell you about it. I want you to see it. Let's see if I can turn this camera around.
Let's see.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I've always told him to write it down, make it plain. So all his goals, ever since he was 7 years old, he would write on his windows, on his mirror. He will write on his phone, and he'll, write on paper.
Yeah.
Like this year coming up, he erased the DeSoto goal. So now 26-27 is Big Ten Freshman of the Year, 900 total yards, NCAA Freshman of the Year, lead USC to a college football championship, playoffs. But then on this side, he has his permanent where it says NFL first round, All Pro 7 times, Pro Bowl 10 times, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So he's been doing this for forever, man. So and that's one of the things I made sure I instilled in him. Write it down, make it plain. If it's something that you want to do, God has it for you if you desire. But faith without works is dead. You can have the work all you want to do. Have the faith all you want to do. But if you don't put the work in, it ain't gonna make no difference.
100%. And that's big. I've been doing vision boards since I think it was 2013. I did my first one when I got out of college. It's like, hey, what do you want to accomplish for this year? What do you want to accomplish in 6 months? What do you want to accomplish in the next 5 years? Whatever it may be. But don't just say it, write it down, because now you got to see it. And
it's accountability.
Yeah. And the people around you get to see it. Hey, because remember, if you don't ever tell, so I tell people this, they be like, nah, people be saying, don't tell your plans. Because I was like, if you coming up with a business and you got some invention that nobody can, but we're talking about day-to-day goals.
Exactly.
You don't want to tell people because you don't want them to hold you accountable, right?
Exactly.
If he can write let's say I believe the 900 yards, right? So he just says, I want to have a good season. Well, I can make a good season be 300. I can make it be 450. I can make it be 10 catches. No, Either you met this goal or don't. Make it concrete. I want to be able to say, hey, boo, we got 3 games left, and you still got about 275 yards you need. What we going to do?
Exactly.
People don't want that accountability on them, though.
First 2 games, his goal was 1,100 this year.
Mm-hmm.
First 2 games, I think he had 110 total.
Mm-hmm.
He like, Dad, this is like it's going crazy. I don't know. Legend them one back, but we messed around and went down to Corpus Christi.
Mm-hmm.
He had over 100 yards. Came back, had over 100 yards. Went into DVille. He had almost 200 yards against them.
Yeah.
Then they kept on going. I'm like, dude, you end up at 1777 at the end of the year. You broke the single season record. You broke the DeSoto record for, over the seasons, but not total record as well. I'm like, dude, all you got to do is believe and do the work.
Facts.
You believe and do the work, you fine. And see, people don't understand. He has anxiety when it comes to it's almost like OCD when it comes to his grades and when it comes to that football field.
Mm-hmm.
He feel like he has to do right. He has to do good. So he pushes himself.
Yeah.
And we have to tell him, just chill out today. No, you ain't going to practice today. I'll take his keys and say, no, you ain't going today, man. You ain't going to workouts today. Just to make sure he take a day off.
Yeah.
So, man, far as the dads being important, man, look, moms got their place, man. Moms got their place. And I want to congratulate a lot of single moms.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, there's nothing like having a dad in your life and having him to push you. Having him to push you. Hell, I help push my wife.
Yeah.
So it's and I can say we push each other. But there's nothing like having a dad in the house, man. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I love my mom. She died when I was 9. But my dad was different, man. I accomplished a lot of goals. He died when I was 19, but I accomplished a lot of things because I had my dad in my head.
Mm-hmm. Some
of the things that he told me, man, and I just poured those same things into my kids, man. Yeah. And they're all in their own right pretty accomplished.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think people take it the wrong way when we's like, hey, you need a man. And it's once again, like they talked about, mom's going to nurture. Hey, for instance, I'll give you a great example. Instead of just talking for people going to be like, no, I'm at the facility, right? I have a kid, 6-year-old kid in there.
Yeah.
When he jumps on a box and he falls down and his mom's there, he turns around and looks and he sees the expression on her face. He immediately starts to cry. Same kid jumps up, falls off the box, looks over his shoulder. You all right? Do it again from dad. He smiles and keeps jumping on that box.
Yeah.
Right? There's a difference of like, oh, I know mom's going to nurture me and coddle me. And I'm not saying mom ain't going to be like, hey, get your butt up. But we're talking about in general, right? It's just that difference of seeing mom be like, oh, little Johnny got the boo-boo and dad, hey, man, your leg ain't broke. Get your tail up. We'll wipe that blood off and go. Like, it's just different. Especially, once again, we're talking about all kids have that difference in the mom and dad, but especially when we're talking about our boys, young black men, right? You want to have the good fatherly figure to say, hey, this is how I treat your mother. This is how I raised you. This is how I've created a great space for you to grow. Because once again, mom can't show son how to be a man
at all.
Right? It can't. She can show you how to be a good person, but when it comes to trying to be a man, that's what I need. I wouldn't be able to show my daughter, if I had one, how to be a good wife.
Exactly.
Like, I wouldn't be like, no, single dads can show their daughter. No, I can show you how to be a good young lady. I can show you maybe this is the guy that you want, but I would still want a woman to say, hey, this is what it looks like to take care
Exactly.
of. And that's why I always hate the back and forth, because in general, guys don't claim to be like, yeah, I take up the mom and dad. No, we know we ain't gonna be able to tell daughter how to be a good wife, but I can show you how to be a good man, right? So that's the big thing that I know that I love when the kids have the dads in their corner, in their pocket, is that you get that actual feedback in that actual mentorship. And I know it screams back. Could you hear what I was saying?
Yeah, I can hear what you say. Booby and my wife was calling.
Okay, I figured that they was calling. But yeah, like you get that actual feedback, that mentorship. And then like I seen a lady say, well, I was a single mom and I had great male mentors. A male mentor is not a dad.
Nah.
And a male mentor is not a father that's in the home.
At all.
I mentor a lot of kids, but I from training, but I ain't their daddy.
At all. At all. Mentors completely different, man. Than being a father, man. You know, I'm making sure you take out the damn trash. I'm making sure you do what you need to do around the house. You know, my wife is on it as well, but it's a different sound when it comes from a man.
When that name get called from 2 rooms over, when daddy said, hey, bro, I'm off the game. When mama said, give me 1 second, mama, I got one more play.
Exactly. Hey, it's a little different. It's a little different, man. It's a little different.
So let me ask you, right, once again, and we don't have to get into specifics of numbers of teams, but Booby's Booby. I know he got a bag. I know these dudes, a lot of these guys getting a bag. But there's colleges, there's LSU, there's an A&M, there's a Texas, there's a USC. So they're all coming with some kind of bag. What role do you play as, the father of saying, hey, man, like, what school are you picking? What bag are you taking? Like, what were conversations like when you're just trying to help him through this situation?
Well, I vetted 47 agents.
Okay.
47. I've been studying on NIL and all that stuff for a very long time.
Okay.
When they start talking about it, before they even implemented it, I had already been reading up on it. And I ended up putting the right people around him. Someone that he was going to like, but then at the same time, someone was going to take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
We got the right CPA. We got the right financial advisor around him to make sure that I put a no guy in his life besides us just saying no. Mm-hmm. I had to make sure that I put someone else when it comes to his finance who was going to say, no, that's not a good investment. No, you can't pull that out the account right now, just besides us. And make sure it's 3 people signed off before, he's able to get anything out of the account.
Yeah.
I made sure that the right people, and I've started implementing my wife more now because she, at one point in time, she would get offended.
Yeah.
That I wasn't putting her in because I've always been, man, you're not going to screw over my kids.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that, regardless of which child it is, but especially with this NIL stuff,
mm-hmm.
I had to be really protective. I don't want anything. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife, we feel like we're good.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure his future and his children's future is secured. Mm-hmm. People will say, oh man, that little money that they give, oh, okay. Maybe what they gave you a little. Just know you know, his 3 year deal is good.
Yeah.
And it's all guaranteed.
Hey,
It's
and that's what I love. Like,
yeah,
that's what it should be, right? Taking care of your kid because you want them to be good and their kids. And a lot of times, what we talk about is in the Black community, we're
yeah,
one of the communities that pass it backwards. Mama got to get taken care of, daddy got to get taken care of,
yeah,
aunties, uncles, grandma. No, pass
yeah,
it forward to the generation, right? We're going here. We don't need to be going backwards with the money. We got to be passing it
exactly.
forward. And I
And
think
he's one of them kids. He naturally gonna take care of me and his mom. But like we
yeah,
told him, we good, man. But I made sure, he got a Cadillac campaign when he get to California. We made sure he got different things set up. Skims want him.
yeah,
Not only Skims, PTSD or whatever the underwear,
yeah,
PSD or whatever, you know, uh, we got a Nike situation lined up for him. There's going to be a couple of things where we play on his name,
yeah,
you know. So we got so many things that are true NIL
yeah,
situations where he's not going to even mess with his guaranteed money at all.
yeah.
With the exception, I allowed him to make a big purchase, which, um, you know, it'll be coming out once he gets his money. But he's driving it right now. That's his vehicle.
Yeah,
You know, I went ahead and signed for it, but it's his.
yeah,
Um, but besides that, man, he won't make another big purchase till possibly he get in the league on his second contract.
yeah,
Not that type of purchase,
yeah.
because you have to use your likeness, and that's what I'm training him on. We had him watch LeBron. We got the same um, CPA as LeBron James used for his foundations,
Okay.
and so LeBron doesn't buy a lot of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
They're given to him
Free,
because of his
free,
name,
free.
image, and that's what we're getting him to the point to understand. We're going to leverage companies
Mm-hmm.
just for you to make an appearance or make a video or so, or speak nicely about their gear. We're going to make sure that we levy that into you being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and people don't understand, man, that's part of business.
100%.
Other sides been doing it for a very long time. That's
Yeah,
how they've gotten in power all these years, you know. So at the end of the day, man, that was one of my number one roles with him, to make sure he was taken care of. I'm worried about my grandkids being taken care of
yeah,
and my great grandkids being taken care of. I'm not worried about being taken care of.
100%.
So we'll make sure he invests in the right things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he gets his money. He's going to invest in an iPhone. He's going to invest in Apple. He's going to invest in Nike. Those things that of course are making money. But then he's going to also invest in some things that hadn't popped off yet.
Yeah,
You know, that seem we're going to make sure they go into a room and be tested.
yeah,
You know, and so we're just trying to make sure that and we make sure I make sure as well it's not all about um that side, but he'll be interviewing at the 2028 Olympics. He's
okay,
going into mass communication. That's one of the deals we negotiated. He got
okay,
a handsome face. He wants to do mass communication. He wants to do what Stephen A does once his career is over with. So, oh, okay, y'all got the Olympics coming. Y'all also have a Super Bowl, which is coming. Oh, okay, we can leverage this. So it's not just about the football, but if they're going to use you, I made sure I put in his mind. If they're going to use you, you use them.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Before we get out of here, and like I said, all that's just fire because that's just playing chess, right? You don't want to
Yeah,
play checkers. Oh, I'm taking this money, but once again, I need the connections, I need the resources. I want my face to be seen at the Olympics, the Super Bowl. That then builds my brand up more.
exactly,
Like I said, I'm investing in things forever stocks, the stocks that we know that are going to be here, a Nike, a Apple.
exactly,
Also, Kobe Bryant only did $6 million to go get like 500 off of a body armor, right? I need
exactly.
that. So y'all are doing all the plays right. And tell me, like, and it don't have to be super, like I said, detailed or long, but what's been the most stressful part about this whole situation? I'm talking about it could be from 5 all the way to now. And what's been the most gratifying part about the whole process to getting to where y'all are at today?
Stressful and gratifying at the same time was kind of holding my wife off to buy her dream home and investing in him.
Yeah.
There were a lot of money that I took and I invested in trips and invested in him going to this college or and she didn't see the goal then.
Yeah.
But then when everything started to come to fruition and the negotiations started to go down, she was like, "Whoa, they offered what?" And then they offered who? So yeah, she said, "I see now. I see now." Also, navigating hate, man.
Yeah.
Navigating hate. My kid, man. If anybody ever know my kid, and Coach Mathis and them said he's one of those. And if you ever interview him, he talks about his teammates more than he talk about himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always been the one to help. He'll be in the game and he'll say, "Hey, coach, look, he's really a coach on the field. Hey, they doubling me. What we can do, man. I'll run a slant. That safety is gonna come down. That linebackers, they're gonna double me in that sense. That cornerback gonna follow me backside. So run the running back out of the backfield, throw him on a wheel route.
Yeah.
Or either run, since that safety coming down, run a post over top of his head. They'll be worried about me more than they're worried about that post coming from the seam.
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of those who worry about trying to help his teammates get shine more. But the crazy part, man, the hate that comes from the parents
The worst. The
is
worst.
the worst. I've never seen anything like it, bro. Me and my wife have to sit away from people sometime, man, because they be talking about them and all kinds of stuff, man. And we try to stay safe, man, because I still knuckle up. I told 2 sets of boxing gloves in my truck at all times.
Say you ready.
Oh, at all times. At all times. Either you whoop me or I whoop you. We
But
both go home.
somebody got to get whooped, and we got to get some understanding.
Yeah, get that understanding. We both go home safely.
Facts.
You know. But it's just crazy, man, that they finding themselves to hate so much, man. There were times when I would be working my son out, and he'll say, "Dad, call such and such to see could they work out with me." And some of the parents would be like, "Man, I'm gonna allow my kid to be a kid." Like I wasn't allowing my kid to be a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna allow my kid to be a kid. He gonna play games and he ain't gonna be working out all that. Oh, okay. But now some of them same kids, you know, if they are going to school, You know, it's a D3 or junior college. You know, where you paying part of the money there because you're going. You know,
And your kid got to be a grown man now, while my kid
Yeah.
is still playing a kid game, having fun because
having fun.
he having fun and getting paid. Now your kid, he ain't no kid no more. He a 19,
Yeah.
18-year-old grown man got to get a job while trying
Exactly.
to figure out this school thing. Okay, don't
Exactly. You know, when he could have just been working with them,
go. Yeah,
could have had every offer in the country. Cause I seen it in him, but you didn't feel like that it needed to be nurtured,
yeah. It don't just
and
happen.
that's what.
The work
Yeah,
has to come with it.
yeah, and that's what a lot of parents don't look and see things in their kids. Some of those things need to be nurtured, and they need to be directed. Therefore, those things can come to fruition. And I seen it in him. I mean, I coached uh, uh, D White when he was young. I mean, oh my gosh, Mo Claiborne. I coached
Mm-hmm.
Tre'Davious White. When they were young, I seen something in them when they were younger.
Yeah,
You know, so when I seen this in my son, I'm like, hold on, pimp. Hey, we got to do something.
facts.
We got to do something. So it's just that I feel like parents don't nurture the gift that their kids have enough.
Yeah,
They want them to do what they want them to do.
yeah.
I wanted my son to play baseball
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a baseball first person. I love baseball, but I love football as well. Um, but enough of us didn't really want to play baseball.
Yeah,
You know, so when he didn't want to play baseball, I put it bat in his hand. All of a sudden, he wanted to do basketball or football. Then he slipped out, just want to do football. You know, to this day, kids still his best friend is the number one point guard in Louisiana.
okay.
He's number 3 point guard in America.
Yeah,
You know, they both was good at basketball and football. One just picked one sport, the other one just picked the other. You know, but it's because his parents nurtured, and they're 2-parent household.
yeah.
Then they got another good friend who is a quarterback, Peyton Houston,
Yep.
committed to LSU. Same thing, 2-parent household. Dad made sure it was what it was. Moms made sure, but the difference in their situation a little bit, you know, the mom's helping make sure you get the practice, make sure you get this, make sure you get to that. But it's a 2-parent household where they working together to make sure you nurture their gifts.
Facts.
You have to nurture their gifts, man.
100.
All kids are gifted, bro. All kids. But if you don't nurture their gift, man, sometimes they'll let their gift go to waste.
Yeah, 100%.
And sometimes it's because we pushing them to do what we want them to do instead of what they want. Oh, I want my child to be a lawyer. I don't want him to be an athlete. Oh, okay.
Does your
Hey.
child want to be the lawyer? Because he only gonna put in the effort, or she only gonna put in the full effort into the things they want to do. That don't mean they can't go be a lawyer, but they're not gonna be an elite lawyer because they didn't want to do that.
I'm gonna tell you one of the craziest.
Let them do that and let them be elite.
I'm gonna tell you one of the craziest things they say. I want my child to get an academic scholarship and not for football. Well, could I put you in on something? My son had a 4.29. Could have gotten the academic, but a lot of times when they offer academic scholarship, they offer like FAMU and different colleges like that. Not saying anything wrong with it, but guess what? My son going to USC. It's 106,000 per semester at USC, one of the greatest private colleges in America. that on top of that, instead of just getting the 3 credits, he gets the 4 credits per class. So not only, and then you have to have a certain grade point average to even get into USC.
Yeah.
So, oh man, he didn't get it for academics. No, he got it for academics and football.
Yeah.
So don't sit up there and put down a football scholarship or a basketball scholarship because they didn't get it for academics. No. Great college is a great college. You know? And I hate that they put out like the athletes are just don't know, pimp. My wife's a teacher. You know, I'm a facilitator. I got my doctorate. My wife got 2 masters. You think we ain't finna be hard on him?
Facts.
And his sister is an engineer. You
Yeah.
know, so it's just that people have these mindsets when their kids fail or is not as good in sports. So then what they'll do, they'll put them down. Oh man, you know, he's great in academics and he'll get an educational come on, man. My son on the same scholastic team that your child is on.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's my spiel with that, man.
Man, no, man, I appreciate it, bro. I glad that we got to make this happen. I'm happy for the family. I love what you have done, what your wife has done. Like I've met y'all a couple of times in person, but the first time, like I said, meeting Booby, like felt like I know him for like 5 years, just from the conversation he was able to have, the maturity, the way he went about his work. Like it was like, hey, I met him, boom, boom, boom. It was like it was one of my athletes that I've been known for 5 years, and we was just in another day with the training. So I've raised him up to be a real good young man, a great football player, a great athlete, a great student, smart young man. I appreciate, parents like you all, and good luck to him moving forward. Like obviously, we do our thing. Anytime he do
appreciate it.
I probably done shared more Booby stuff on my Instagram than TRPT stuff. Like I see it, right?
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Like I said, when you see people doing it right, you gotta make sure that you support it. Like you see the work that he's putting in, that mama's putting in, that daddy's putting in, that the family's putting in. Why would you not support that? Like,
yeah, man, we appreciate it.
I don't know what to tell you.
We'll appreciate it, man. Like I say, it's a good kid. He's a good kid, man. And there's plenty of good kids. Like you got Our House just committed, man. You got all these different kids who are doing. Jalen Lott doing well, man. We played and deal with a lot of these kids in this area, man. And it's amazing to see the kids that my son has played with or trained with go to these amazing colleges. Decorian, he played with Booby played with Jeremiah Smith as an 8th grader.
Yeah.
For SFE. That's what a lot of people don't like. This kid has been around these kids. He played with Chris Henry 2 years ago with Delta out in California, man. That's so it's like he get to train with all these pro athletes with D-Rob all the time. So he don't get on a high horse. If you're a pro athlete, he don't get, because he feel like you're in a spot where that I'm coming for.
Fact.
That's his mindset. So he'll shake your hand. He cool with, but it take Dez Bryant to talk about it. He said, man, that's a different type of Negro.
Facts.
Because he come out, he handling the business. He don't come out, he don't fanboy or anything. He come to work because he feel like he is you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He feel like he is you. You're just doing what what I'm gonna do in my future. That's his mindset.
Facts. I just ain't old enough there, but
Yeah.
trust me, after I do these 3 years at USC, man,
Hey,
y'all gonna have to see me very, very soon because somebody got to get that number one wide receiver spot, and I feel like it's gonna be me when we got to get in that same room together.
yeah, that's his whole mindset, man. You know, people like, man, what number they gonna give him when he get to USC? We know what number he got.
Mhm.
All I'm gonna say is just watch and see.
Yeah.
Watch and see. It hadn't been handed out yet. I tell you that, and
Facts.
it's not on the list, but it will be.
Facts.
It will be. So hey, and if you watch the receivers, man, that are being awarded, man, a lot of them receivers that are looking good now have come from Texas area, man. Wesco is cutting up, man.
Yeah.
Wesco's cutting up. What's called? I feel like, and we got the same age as Malachi. We love Malachi. Him and Booby played together for a while with SFE. But I also feel like DeCorian don't get hurt. DeCorian give him a run for money for freshman of the year.
Yeah, Corey is something special.
You know, so it's we got talent coming from this area, man.
100%.
We got talent coming from this area, so
Man,
I'm excited about it.
It's going to be exciting to see. Like I said, I know what the kid's going to do because the work. Like I said, like once you start getting to the USCs, the Texas, the A&Ms, the Bamas, the Georgia, most of those guys on the talent, from a talent standpoint, but the work is, there's gaps in the work and how
There's gap in the work.
The work. The talent is about similar. Like there's always going to be an outlier, Randy Moss or Cam Newton, but in general. But the work is where you see this. And what he does off the field will continue to propel him forward on the field. Because I tell people all the time, I could go probably, if I go over the last 10 years of football, I could probably go pick out 38 boobies. And guess what? They didn't go B2 because they didn't work. So they never reached the potential of where he's at now. But I can go find his height, that his speed, that jump like him. But guess what? You got in trouble in school. You was chasing that tail. You didn't want to listen to coaching. You never went. You were staying a kid the whole time, and it didn't work.
Exactly.
You could go find a lot of kids that could be that, but you didn't work to be that. So I don't care about all the Puka Nacua, right? Round 5 guy. A Jackson Smith, even though he's a first-round guy, I trained him. He was never the biggest, the fastest, or the strongest, but elementary the best, high school the best, college the best, league the best. He ain't jumping off the screen when you just look at him like, he's 6'4", 224, 2 or something. No, he outworks you because
he works and do it the right way.
Yep, do it the right way, man. And like I said, we can be on here forever, man, but I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And once again, shout out and all love to your family, bro.
Man, we appreciate it, man. We really do, man. And like I said, we appreciate you sharing. We appreciate you doing the things that you have done for them.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else I can do, you already know. Hit me up and I'll be there.
All right. Thank you so much, bro.
No problem. Have a good one, bro.
All right. You too, man.